Multiple streams of income. Again, I'm Agatha Domond of Domond Leadership Institute. We work with speakers and coaches to really help them build their confidence and also build a profitable business, right? We do that through trainings on business strategy and your sales system so you can really get that developed in your business. So a little bit about me. I am a wife, mom of two amazing young ones. I am a minister, proud Haitian immigrant. I just love sharing that part of my life because of the respect that I have for my mom and my dad. Both of them being Haitian immigrants, left Haiti, went to the Bahamas, had us in the Bahamas, then came to the States. Worked extremely hard to get our family, all the kids. There's a lot of us, right? 8 brothers, 2 sisters. So there's a lot of demands. And my mom and dad was really good about making sure that we knew who we were in Christ, first and foremost, and that we were connected to our family and we had a purpose in life. So whatever I do, whatever capacity, whatever stage I'm on, if it's in corporate, if it's in my own business or on a pulpit, that I really give honor to my mom and my dad after God, because of them, I'm allowed to do what I do here and work with so many amazing people. So that's part of who I am. I do have a corporate background, worked in sales and marketing for the beautiful Hotel Intercontinental in Miami. Second part of my career, went into senior technical project management for a Fortune 5 company, which is AT&T. I am a certified John Maxwell speaker and trainer, so I do use this in my business as well in corporate and in ministry. I am the best-selling author of Breakthrough on the Journey. I was blessed enough to work with Dr. Sade Wayadu on my first book project. She allowed me to be partners with her on that anthology. So, hey, Dr. Sade, thank you for that. And I am, like I mentioned, the CEO of Domond Leadership Institute. Guys, I've had a lot of coffee, not even a lot. I was already excited. I've had coffee, so I'm gonna take a breath, right? I'm going to take a breath. I want to make sure you guys are engaged and you're seeing everything. Are we still good? Awesome. First slide. Everyone can succeed. This is a business conference dealing with relationship, finances, and entrepreneurship. So if you haven't started, if you already started, if you're in the midst of it, if this is the first time you have locked on, connected. This is my first slide because I want you to know that everyone can succeed. Success looks different for everyone, but everyone, that means you're able to succeed. You just have to define what does success look like for you, okay? What we'll cover today is going to be the multiple streams of income, what that is, who can generate income and how do they do that, and get the conversation started around building a 6-figure income stream for entrepreneurs. So that's where our conversation is going. And this is going to be a high-level view of opening your mind, opportunities to what's even possible for you. What's even possible for you. So this is our starting point. Multiple streams of income. So if this is the first time you're hearing that term, I wanted to give you just an idea overview, not the textbook or the business version that we learned in university and grad programs, but just the everyday Agatha Domond leadership version. Multiple streams of income means diversifying your income sources, right? You start off traditionally with employment, right? That's your one stream, that's your one source. And if you're married, you're with your significant other, you have your spouse's income, right? So that could be your second source, your second stream. Investments, if you're doing stocks, bonds, real estate investment, or you're using life insurance as far as investment opportunities, that's an also additional stream of income. Fourth stream can be entrepreneurship, what we're doing here inside of Domond Leadership, what many of you are doing as your side hustles, your gigs, trying to make something that recreates that income stream for you. So those are the different streams of income. Now, employment, everybody hears that, right? We're all like, yeah, that's one stream. A spouse income, definitely. You get into that, you're like, yeah, that's the second stream. And the reason this is important is because for me, I did what most likely what you did. Got a great education, got a great job that I was extremely grateful for, still grateful for, got married. My husband, God and I, God was able to bless my husband and I that we were able to build a trucking company, start a trucking company. Now, just to give you some backstory, myself being a Haitian immigrant, came to this country literally illegal, right? Our parents brought us here, my brothers and I here. No papers, no green card. I think I had a green card up until about 10 years ago, 12 years ago, maybe. My husband is from Haiti, Leogan. He came here when we met. He was working through his visas and everything. So himself also being a Haitian immigrant, God blessed us to the point that we're not able only to start a trucking company, but to build it to the point where we were able, my husband was able to hire additional drivers and really build that business to sustain us. And I share that because that's how I was taught. Get a great job, fall in love with a wonderful Christian God-fearing man, have your income build around that, and take care of your family. Do what you need to do. What happened to us in around 2015, 2016, when I mentioned to you yesterday about the breakdown of my marriage? By 2016, I was no longer in corporate America. By 2017, my husband decided that our marriage maybe was not his primary focus, whatever was going on in his mind. So you're coming from a household that had 2 six-figure sources of income to now 0. Same bills, same expenses, same mortgage, same bills. Did I say bills already? Same bills, 2 beautiful babies with 0. Now, I thought about tapping into my 401k, which I had to do. But what I didn't have, or I was just getting into, was building an additional stream of income. Because when mine was no longer there and my husband's was no longer there, I had to figure out a way to take care of myself and my family. So as I'm talking to you today and we're talking about multiple streams of income, I want to share that with you because I don't want you to find yourself in a situation, as many of us did in 2020 with COVID, that your job is no longer available. The way you structured your life is no longer your reality. And now your finances are in jeopardy, which impacts how you show up. It impacts how you serve. It impacts your family, right? So that's the lens that I want you to listen as we share about multiple streams of income. Does that make sense? Post in the comments to me if that makes sense, if you're tracking with me and we're on a good track, okay? Why does it matter? I shared with you a little bit of my story, why it mattered to us, why it mattered in the reality of what I was doing, why it was important. Why does it matter to you? The median household income has decreased by 3% to an average of $67,000 in 2020. This is from the census. The average household income dropped less than an average of 3% for a family that was taking in combined $67,000. Now, when you think about your own household income and you total that, if there was a 3% drop, how would that impact you? 39% of Americans and immigrants, right? We're going to add that in. 39% of Americans, individuals, cannot pay for a $1,000 emergency. This is from CNBC, and that's recorded over different write-ups, white papers, that nearly half of the individuals living in this country cannot pay for a $1,000 emergency. This is why multiple streams of income in this conversation is so important. Again, why does it matter? I'm going to keep drilling that in because we want to have this conversation to understand, why does it matter to you? As you're listening, as you're writing down notes, why is this important to you? It's projected that for 2020, the median Black and Latino households stand to lose nearly 18% and 12% of the wealth they held in 2013, right? So Blacks were projected to lose 18%, of their wealth, and Latinos, I can say immigrants, or non-Americans, were projected to lose 12%, while the median white household wealth increased by 3%. Median white households, their wealth increased by 3%, while the projection for Blacks and Latinos were decreased by 18 and 12% respectively. Just 3 years from now, right, we're in 2021, white households are projected to own 86 times more wealth than Black households and 68 times more wealth than Latino households. If you knew that, post that in the comments for me. This is from the Institute for Policy Study. So this is not a random information or a scare tactic. These are the realities. And if you're living in a Black household, if you're living in a Latina household, if you're living in a Haitian household, even if you're living in a white household, these numbers are true, right? So why does it matter? 3 years from now, the wealth that you currently have is projected to decrease, while your white or Caucasian counterparts, friends, family is projected to increase. What is it that they know and we don't? Is it a secret that they know and we don't? Number one, it's not a secret, but there is information that they know, our counterparts know, and we don't. So this is why today, as you're listening, not only to me, but you're listening to Akila Zephyr, have a new opening, your ears open to how life insurance, when we talk about wealth building, how that impacts you, right? So don't miss out on that. Don't miss out on Shakita Lindsay when she's talking about real estate. I want you to have a new frame. I want you to listen how that impacts you. When Nativia Hurd is talking about business credit and personal credit, how that impacts your wealth, okay? Because there's something that everyone else knows and maybe you don't know. Or if you know the information, you haven't been applying the information, okay? Who does this apply to? So if you're sitting here inside of the Beyond the Executive Table Summit, this applies to individuals that are starting from scratch with little to no skills. These information and wealth building strategies, multiple streams of income. It applies to individuals who have some skills and experience, but they know it's not enough. Established leaders and entrepreneurs that are already generating income, but know there has to be more than this, right? Whatever your this is as a leader, as an entrepreneur, you know there has to be more than this. You're in the right place if you fall in any one of these three categories. So let's start with the individuals that are starting from scratch. Let's say you have to start over, right? Life happens to you like it happened to a lot of us. And you find yourself in a situation like I found myself in 2017, no longer in corporate, no longer relying on a income source from my spouse, right? So this information applies to you. Or if you're just starting new and you're getting your degrees and you're like, man, I don't want to struggle, just graduated college, I'm doing my career, but it's not enough. Or you've experienced 2020, 2021, and the reality of that is telling you, I need to do something different. So what is that different? Understand that you're in a perfect position and a perfect time to start. Not just entrepreneurship, but also a new wealth of information, a new stream of income. I want you to think about, what did I want to be, right? What did I want to be when I grow up? Think about that. And let's build from there, because the reality is there's really nobody that has no skills, right? Or little skills. We all have something. We just haven't tapped into what that something is, or you haven't had a coach like myself to help you bring that to light, okay? So when you think about multiple streams of income, right now we're in a digital space. You could think about being an online. So I'm going to go over some of these things with you in 3 of the stages, right? The individuals that are starting with little to no skills, those that have some skills, and then those that are established. So I'm just going to give you some pointers and what can you do? So really hope you're writing these things down that you can do to get additional streams of income. So if you're starting from scratch, online user testing, there's opportunities for you to just sign up, get some minimal requirements and really go into the online space doing testing. There's non-traditional jobs, right? Thinking outside of the box, what's available to you. You have Uber if you have a car, and none of this is permanent. I'm also a youth minister in my other part of my life. And sometimes I'll get the response, man, I don't want to drive for Uber. I don't want to do Lyft. No one is asking you to do these things for 10 years, right? We're not even asking you to do it for a year. But if you find yourself that you're needing that stream of income, that is a consideration. And later on, if you're in the VIP section, I'll help you understand how you can even change your Uber experience or Uber driver into something that's more than just you driving, okay? So if that's something that's interesting to you, put that at asterisk next to your notes. You can also do secret shopper. They hire individuals that are really going into these establishments and test for the establishments. So that's an opportunity for you. Some skills and some experience. So if you're an individual that has some skills and experience, but you know it's not enough, right? If you have a career and you're still living the paycheck to paycheck, you're still struggling to make ends meet, this is for you. Think about what can you turn into a side hustle or a small business, right? Is it tutoring? Tutoring is a great, for those of you that have degrees, that have the experiences. So many parents, so many college students are looking for the support because not only do they need it academically, but because of the pull and the emotional pull, the mental pull of what we're dealing with in this time right now, parents need extra help. So if you excelled in math, reading, social studies, or if you just want to offer that, consider doing tutoring, okay? Udemy is a site that you can actually upload your own courses and sell online. So if you're an engineer, if you're an architect, if you're a nurse, you can actually create a course and that platforms allow you to sell it, okay? Fiverr is, we're living in a gig economy, so Fiverr and Upwork that are literally gigs, meaning if you have let's say you're a web designer, let's say you're a photographer, you can literally go on these platforms and sign on, put yourself on there to perform a gig that people pay you for, right? Because as entrepreneurs, even in the ministries that I help, organizations that I help, we do a lot of outsourcing work to Fiverr and Upwork. So think about that. What skill do you have that you can create into a side hustle or a small business? If you're already the third category, you're already an established leader and entrepreneur. You're already generating income, but you know has to be more than this, right? You're creating something, you're creating the source of income, but you still have something on the inside of you that says there has to be more than this, right? So the pathway for you in multiple streams of income is adding additional sources of revenue to what you're already doing. As a leader, as an entrepreneur, we want to invite you to add additional sources of revenue to what you're doing. So if you but if you have a career, consider entrepreneurship. If you have a career, you have a business, consider investment, real estate, okay? And start thinking about other people's money, right? What was that old school song? OPP, we're not gonna say OPP, right? But you remember OPP? We're not gonna use that P. We're gonna say other people's, right? Use other people's money. When I say joint ventures, a lot of companies that start, you don't have to start it yourself. It could be a great idea that someone else has and you go in, you don't even have to create the idea from the ground up. I mentioned to you, my husband and I were blessed to start a trucking company. My husband had all the experience. He did all the sweat work, right? He did all the licensing. He was the one on the road, over the road in these 18-wheelers. He was the one that was hiring drivers, or drivers were calling him when things didn't work out. But guess what that did for me? What business do you think Agatha was thinking about starting or making sure she invested in? A trucking company. Do I plan on getting a CDL? No, ma'am, no, sir. But because I see the potential in that, because I had to do all the background work anyway, the financials and the supportive anyway, That's part of my wealth building strategy. Something on the side that I'm not hands-on. So I want you to think about that. What can you do as a joint venture? What can you do with someone else's company? And the last thing, as far as wealth building for established leaders and entrepreneurs, are grants. Now, there are grants, especially in the time and the climate that we're in now, because of COVID. There are so many grants available for nonprofits and for-profits. No longer are grants just for nonprofits. There are grants for profit and nonprofit. So, and we have an awesome individual that's talking to you tomorrow about funding for nonprofits, right? Leonie Timothy is doing that. So that's part of your wealth and generating an additional stream of income. How are we? Are we still doing good? I know it's a lot of information first off, but you see the cup of coffee on the screen. Hopefully you have yours and you guys are tracking. You have an opportunity to ask questions. Are we doing good? Are we taking in the information? Post your questions that you have so far on here. You're like, Agatha, I am taking notes. Cannot stop to post questions. All right, awesome, awesome, awesome. Opportunities are available. You just need to decide you want more and then get started. Opportunities are available. You just need to decide you want more and then get started. Now, let's go ahead and pivot a little bit that all this is great and you're an entrepreneur as your additional stream of income. So what does that look like for you as an entrepreneur and how do you build that out? First thing, when we're looking at building out your business as a small business owner, I want you to consider what your product offerings are. This is your multiple streams of income, guys. This is where your success and financial freedom for your business lies. Products, physical products, those that you produce within your company, you manufacture within your company. These are your sources of income or revenue inside of your business. Number one, you have products, books, if you create gels, candles, if you sell jewelry, tangible, right? Number two, another source, a stream of income inside of your business. Number two is services. Services that you offer as far as coaching, speaking, consultant, handling events, curating experiences. This is a key one that I absolutely love, coming from the intercontinental background and the tourism stage. People are in need or in love with having experiences, taking trips that are curated just for them, right? Experiences that hone in on, let's say you do photography. Imagine going to an event that's specifically geared for photographers at a beautiful location that not only can you learn the skills, but you're in a place that you can actually do what you do best, love what you're doing. And this is just for photographers. Everybody's like-minded. They have the same interests. You could ask all the geek questions that you guys love to ask, right? As a fellow techie getting in that space. But as an entrepreneur and a business owner, you create that experience. Think about retreats that you hear from moms. That's especially for that experience and that time is especially developed for those individuals. So think about those services as you build out your business. Number three, and it's actually, I would say it's my second favorite after number two, because that's, you can tell, I love coaching and speaking as far as service, and I absolutely love the consulting work that we do in Domond Leadership. And my close second is digital products. Digital products as a stream of income does one of two things. First and foremost, it allows you to make money without necessarily touching at that moment that service or that product. Online digital products allows you to, what they say, make money in your sleep. Okay, and because I'm a realist, I want to help you understand. You have to create it first. Make sure it works, make sure it's useful, make sure it's needed in the market. And then you put it on an automated system that you actually create and make money in your sleep. That is what digital products are, right? And it could be books, be a course. We mentioned earlier about the Udemy site. books, courses, how-to manuals, all my beautiful nurses. I know one of our ladies several of the ladies in the VIP session, you guys are nurse practitioners. You're in that industry that took blood, sweat, and tears to get those credentials. Think about the individuals you can help and support with how-to, a simple PDF, a simple manual, and that you offered that needed information, that support to those individuals, right? As a digital product or service. Affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is another one that we see it on a higher level. And what that is as affiliate marketing, you market online for another company. And you get a percentage or whatever that contract is for promoting that information. We sell and we promote and we tell friends about things anyway. How wonderful would it be if you can get paid for sharing information, for promoting an event, for promoting a site? And as an entrepreneur, as a small business owner, you build that within your own company. That's another source of income. We always hear about the 6-figure year. Everybody's looking for that elusive 6-figure. As coaches and speakers, just to give you an overview of what that would look like for you and your business. What that will look like, and you see these numbers. These are not numbers that's not unattainable. It's a matter of really digesting and thinking, how do I create this? How do I make this happen for myself? And when you break down 6 figures, $100,000, it is not impossible. And I'll stretch you for a moment and let you know that 6 figures is only the starting point. As a 6-figure earner in corporate America, I'll let you know that is not enough. Not being ungrateful, just the reality of working and living, not trying to live paycheck to paycheck, not just having one source. So 6-figure, by the grace of God, is just our starting point. But just wanted you to know, if you're here listening and you're a coach, you're a speaker, that is so attainable to you. Understand, as an entrepreneur, your goal as the executive, as the CEO, is to grow your business. And you grow your business with support. Open your mind to what is possible and get the support you need so you can build a profitable business and actually leave a legacy. That's not just our tagline at Domond Leadership Institute. That is our mission. That is what we do. So one of the key things I want you to understand as an entrepreneur, that the individuals you see just killing it in the game, that's on your feed 24/7, amazing conferences, not only do they work hard and they create these wonderful brands, these wonderful businesses, but they have support. So don't ever think you have to do this alone, because you don't. Get the support that you need, get the coaching that you need, and get the support that you need so you can actually build something, right? Build a business that's not a second job. You're actually building a business that could replace your income from your job, match it, surpass it, right? And actually build a legacy that you can turn over to your sons and daughters. And again, you don't have to do this by yourself. As a coach, as a consultant, even in corporate, my biggest asset, corporate and in ministry, are the teams that I developed, are the teams that I led. Because when we talk about results, when we talk about going to that next level, accomplishing a goal, I realize, and a lot of my clients realize, this can't be done by one man or one woman. So when you think about multiple streams of income inside of your business, understand you need a coach to help you get there, and you need a team that's supportive and working with you to make that dream a reality. Thank you so much. I know it's a lot of information to cover. I wanted to just make sure I opened your mind to what is possible if you have no skills, little to no skills as an individual, I wanted to share with you what was possible if you are just starting out and you have some skills, but you know, man, this is not enough. The income that I'm generating in my company is not enough to take care of my family. It's not enough to meet the needs of our family. And this information, when we talk about multiple streams of income, is for you if you're an established leader or if you're an entrepreneur. And how do you build that out, and what does that look like for you? So guys, that is my time with you. I'm going to make space and place for our next speaker that's coming up.